the Honorable Professor Prakash Prasad, Minister of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, the Honorable Ernesto Kesa, Minister in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, Assemblyman Sonny Craig, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, Professor Rayan Miraj, Vice President, Research, Academic and Student Affairs, UTT, Dr. Ruby Allen, Vice President, Quality Assurance, Institutional Effectiveness, UTT, Dr. Solange Kelly, Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies, UTT, Dr. Vernon Paltu, President, National Energy Corporation, Ms. Karinsa Tulsi, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, Ms. Lorraine Charles, HR and Communications Manager, Point Lisa's Nitrogen, UTT staff members, master trainers, volunteers, award winners, members of the media, good morning and very welcome. My name is Amir, and I'll be co-chairing today's function with Dan Prasad Gosain, a member of the outreach team for the entire function. A few months ago, now Minister, but then Prakash Prasad, Professor, signed an agreement along with Vernon from National Energy, which give rise to the commencement of the execution of what we are doing today, which is the Renewable Energy Rivalry project. It's a 3-year project. We're happy that Minister is here with us, although in a different capacity, but having part to do with the genesis of the project while he was president of the university. Today is a day of celebration. Today is a day of gratitude. Today we celebrate the culmination of master trainers, master teacher trainers, and voluntary support during this project. Today we celebrate the completion of a webinar series that took place to audiences throughout the country, mainly in primary and secondary schools situations. Today we celebrate phase 1 of our nationwide community outreach programs that took us from Point Fortin to Maracas, from Toco to Biche, from Waterloo to wherever else in this country. And I see Monica is with us today, who has been the flagship facilitator in our outreach program. And of course, today is the celebration of the hard work, dedication, and the success of a national energy rivalry competition that took place between primary and secondary schools throughout the country, inclusive of Tobago. Ms. Palatuvia here. Raise your hand, raise your hand. That's the Tobago part of the contingent. So, in other words, we're celebrating today a number of milestones, inclusive of the awards that you will receive today for the competition. It marks several aspects of where we are in this 3-year project. So I want to welcome you here this morning, and for us to bring greetings on behalf of the university, I will now ask Professor Rayan Miraj, Vice President, Research, Academic and Student Affairs, to bring greetings on behalf of the university.
Please allow me to stand on all protocols previously observed and to wish a very good morning and welcome to our honorable ministers and government officials, distinguished stakeholders and guests, esteemed educators, colleagues, dedicated students, proud parents, and valued members of our national community. Welcome and good morning. I'd also like to give special greetings to our Tobago contingent, as Dr. Mohammed mentioned, especially the young ones who traveled very early this morning and made the sacrifice to be here with us today. Special welcome to you all. And last but not least, I'll take the opportunity to give a special welcome home to our very own Professor Prasad. Thank you, Prof, for taking the time to be with us here today. It is both an honor and a privilege to bring greetings on behalf of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, UTT. Today's Renewable Rivalry Competition Award ceremony is a celebration not only of student innovation, but of a bold national vision, one rooted in education, sustainability, and strategic collaboration. This initiative demonstrates the power of collaboration. This project stands as a shining example of what can be achieved when institutions, ministries, and communities unite around a shared purpose. The Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Education Project brought together key national stakeholders, including the Ministry of Energy, Energy and Energy Industries, Education, Tertiary Education and Skills Training, Sport and Community Development, the Tobago House of Assembly, National Energy, and UTT to design and deliver a cohesive, impactful program. From the training of over 160 primary and secondary school teachers to webinars that reach over 1,000 students to the community outreach sessions in 7 regions, to the upcoming distribution of 450 teaching and learning resource kits. This initiative is a powerful demonstration of national alignment and collective action. Importantly, this initiative is not only nationally significant, it also aligns closely with several of the United Nations sustainability goals, which we know as the SDGs. And permit me just to list a few important ones. SDG 4 speaks of quality education. By integrating renewable energy and energy efficiency into school curricula and teacher training, we are enhancing the quality and the relevance of education for the 21st century. SDG 7, which speaks to affordable and clean energy. Students and communities are being equipped with the knowledge and tools to understand, access, and innovate within the clean energy sector. SDG 13, climate action. The entire project, from community outreach to student competition, is focused on promoting climate awareness, adaptation strategies, and sustainable behavior. Last but not least, the SDG 17, partnerships of the goals. This multi-agency collaboration exemplifies how effective partnerships can advance national and global development agendas. As a national university, UTT remains committed to aligning our programs and outreach efforts with the SDGs, ensuring that our academic and practical work contributes meaningfully to global sustainability while addressing the specific needs of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, last year we celebrated our 20th year anniversary. Our national university was established with a clear and essential mandate to champion national development initiatives, including those that support climate change, adaptation, and mitigation strategies. looking ahead to our student participants, your creativity, drive, and innovation give us great confidence in the future. Whether you looked at wind turbines or envisioned solar-powered smart homes, you have already taken your first steps towards becoming the engineers, the scientists, the policy developers, and the change makers of tomorrow. To the teachers, mentors, and school leaders, thank you for helping to shape a generation that is informed, empowered, and ready to lead. This initiative doesn't end here. In fact, this is just the beginning. We urge you all, everybody in this room, to take what you've learned beyond the classrooms and the webinars, share it in your homes, your communities, your workplaces. Teach your families how to save energy. Show your friends the power of renewables. Lead by example, inspire others to follow. This movement must grow through everyday actions, community dialogue, and continued innovation. To our national partners, we extend sincere thanks for your collaboration, and we look forward to continued progress as we move into cohort 4 teacher training and the broader implementation of this important program. At UTT, we firmly believe that sustainability education must be a continuous effort, not a one-time intervention. That is why we stand ready and willing to support and facilitate the next phase of this national journey. Whether through curriculum development, community outreach, digital resources, or new projects yet to be imagined, UTT remains committed to being a driving force behind Trinidad and Tobago's sustainable future. Let us continue to build on this momentum. Let us work together, government, academia, industry, schools, communities, to ensure this program becomes not just a project, but a permanent part of our national development framework. Congratulations to all of today's awardees. Your innovation, enthusiasm, and commitment inspire us all. This future is truly in good hands. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. I just want to recognize Marcia Maynard from National Energy. I just want to recognize Greg Boudou from Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. As we move to the other item, what we've done, because of the target group we're dealing with, because we're dealing with primary schools, secondary schools, and indeed many others as well, the team put together a very short video that encompassed the nature of the project, the depth of the project, the scope of the project. So we just want to take the time to show that to you now.
Imagine a future where every student, every teacher, and every community understands the power of sustainable energy. A future where Trinidad and Tobago leads the way in renewable education. This leads the way in of the renewable energy. Imagine a future where every student, every teacher, and every community understands the power of sustainable energy. A future where Trinidad and Tobago leads the way in renewable energy education. This is the vision of the Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Education Project.
Hi, good day. My name is Hannibal Anika and I'm from the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. I'm here today to speak to you about a wonderful project that the government of Trinidad and Tobago has embarked on. This project is the Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Education Project. This project is one of many projects geared at helping Trinidad and Tobago achieve its goal of attaining 30% of renewable energy by 2030.
This renewable energy project is a transformative 3-year initiative. Its mission? To build a culture of sustainability by equipping educators, students, and communities with knowledge and tools to harness renewable energy and energy efficiency. The project demonstrates one of the better examples of the collaborative efforts of government, industry, academia, and community. This ambitious project thrives on collaboration. Together, UTT Outreach, the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Culture and Community Development, the Ministry of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, and National Energy are bridging the gap between policy and practice, bringing sustainable energy education to every corner of the nation. The REEE project is action-packed, from training master trainers and teachers to hosting national competitions and community outreach. It's a holistic approach to sustainability education. Let's break it down. It all starts with empowerment. Over 110 educators, primary, secondary, and community leaders completed the rigorous Master Trainer program. They are now equipped to train others, creating a ripple effect of education. Phase 2, it's all about scaling up. 3 cohorts of specialized teacher training are already complete, with over 250 educators across Trinidad and Tobago now equipped to integrate renewable energy into subjects like science, geography, and social studies. These teachers are transforming the curriculum with a strong focus on sustainability. The momentum continues with cohort 4 set for the 4th quarter of 2025. True change starts at the grassroots. The REEE project didn't just stay in classrooms, it went directly to communities, empowering families with the knowledge to save energy, protect the environment, and even save money. From Point Fortin to Lansmore and Togo, from Maracas to Faizabad, and Waterloo to Beach, several communities learned how small changes like switching to LED bulbs or using solar chargers can make a big difference. The webinar series brought sustainability education straight into classrooms across the nation. Over 1,200 students tuned into our live broadcast and thousands more logged on for demand viewing from our website to explore the world of renewables like never before. From exploring renewable energy and their applications to energy efficiency and conserving energy. Each session was designed to educate, inspire, and empower learners at both primary and secondary levels. Missed a session? Don't worry. Every webinar is recorded and available on our website. At the heart of the REEE project is the Renewable Rivalry, a high-energy national competition where innovation meets sustainability. Across Trinidad and Tobago, the nation's brightest young minds rose to the challenge, transforming recycled materials and bold ideas into real-world energy solutions. Primary school eco-explorers built wind turbines from waste, whilst secondary school students engineered smart solar-powered home systems. The creativity and innovation were unmatched. This year's Renewable Rivalry is set to be even more electrifying. Are you ready to join the rivalry? The project's prototype kits will transform classrooms across the nation, putting real renewable energy technology directly into students' hands. But these aren't just ordinary science kits. Every component was carefully co-created by educators through our Master Trainer program. Teachers worked side by side with our UTT experts to design and test each activity, ensuring perfect alignment with the Ministry of Education's national curriculum and real classroom needs. The result? Hands-on learning tools that don't just teach about renewable energy. They let students build working models, conduct experiments, and discover sustainable solutions firsthand. A robust digital ecosystem keeps the energy flowing 24/7. Our website and thriving online platforms connect educators and students across Trinidad and Tobago, creating a powerful learning network. With a unique perspective shaped by experience and leadership, Dr. Zamir Mohammed, Assistant Vice President of Professional Education at UTT, reflects on the renewable energy project's journey thus far.
The initial challenge with this project is dealing with so many different stakeholders, a number of ministries, the Tobago House of Assembly, several state entities, and of course UTT. And building a consensus to go forward with this has been, to some extent, a challenge to go forward. In going forward, we've had to find a delivery mechanism that is inclusive to all the stakeholders, but without compromise to the science and to the pedagogy of the project. Okay, we've adopted what is called the triple helix model involving government, industry, and academia, and went even further into augmenting the model to include communities from various parts of the country. The overall design of this particular project involved every touch point of social and economic life, from teachers to students to communities to business and industry, and with engagements in physical spaces and also digital spaces, we had to cover every aspect of the science and the pedagogy within this particular target framework. We also had to consider the sustainability of this project in going forward. We took into consideration the development of the prototype science kits and included materials that are household related that can be easily replaceable, thus giving rise to a number of use and reuse in science, in the classrooms and in the communities. We have to find innovative ways to combine the science, the pedagogy, the sustainability into the materials used in these science kits, and also the content that is related to those lesson plans that are integrated into those activities in the science kits. Of course, the other sustainable aspect of the project involves an enriched web-enabled repository of resources that is indexed by schools, by age, by class, and totally integrated into the Ministry of Education's curriculum, whether it be in geography, climate change, disaster preparedness, or basic science. We feel optimistic about this project and the value that it will add to teachers, students, and the community as a whole.
The Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Education Project is igniting a national shift, turning awareness into action and classrooms into catalysts for change. What began as an initiative is now a growing movement, where students become innovators, teachers become leaders, and communities become champions of sustainability. Together, we are not just imagining a greener future, we are building it.
Thank you, team. That was a kind of a synopsis of why we're here and the various aspects of the project thus far. I'd now like to invite the Honourable Minister in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. And just for the records, the Ministry of Energy and Energy is the official sponsor of this particular project and is being executed through National Energy as well. So I just want to give recognition to the role that your ministry is playing, and I'd like to invite Minister Ernesto Quezada.
Mr. Chairman, Dr. Zamir Mohammed, to my parliamentary colleague, Senator, the Honorable Professor Prakash Prasad, Minister of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, to Assemblyman Sonny Craig, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, Professor Ryan Maraj, Vice President of Research and Academic and Student Affairs of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Ruby Allen, Vice President, Quality Assurance and Institutional Effectiveness, also of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Solange Kelly, Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies of the UTT as well, and to my colleague, Dr. Vernon Paltu, President of the National Energy Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Karinsa Tulsi, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, Ms. Anna Singh, Director, Curriculum Planning and Development, and Development Division, Ms. Lauren Charles, HR Communication Manager, Point Lisas Nitrogen Limited, to all of the members of staff of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, or the master trainers, volunteers, tutors, to our senior corporate and academic staff as well of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, special invited guests, all of the award winners, to the teachers, and finally, to the beautiful and lovely, wonderful students gathered here, and to all, pleasant morning. Good morning. Before I get into my speech, I must commend with the greatest of gratitude and appreciation to the University of Trinidad and Tobago for the excellent facilitative and accommodative work that you have done. This video, I felt for a short while that I was looking at something in Japan and China, where normally you see in the very, very brilliant Japanese and Chinese children involved in, all these high-level research projects and so on. I felt so proud this morning to see my local Trinidad and Tobago children involved in this high-level activity, and I think we ought to give them a resounding round of applause. Professor Prasad, I congratulate you for the work well done, the foundation, well done. It is a great honor to address you today at this prize-giving ceremony. This event marks the successful conclusion of one of the core educational initiatives under renewable energy and energy efficiency, REEE and EE project, which is spearheaded by the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. Following the successful implementation of the first phase of the renewable energy and energy efficient project in 2014, a second phase was launched. This development was spurred by Trinidad and Tobago's ratification of the Paris Agreement, which shifted the project's focus a bit from capacity and public awareness to incorporating energy resiliency as a key element. The second phase was successfully facilitated in the installation of solar-powered systems in 13 schools and 4 community centers designated as emergency shelters, alongside the establishment of a comprehensive educational program centered on sustainable energy and disaster preparedness. Ladies and gentlemen, this educational initiative, led by the University of Trinidad and Tobago, is currently ongoing, and I am pleased to share that this program has successfully trained 269 teachers from primary to secondary school, organized 7 community outreach sessions, and conducted student-centered webinars on energy and energy efficiency. Furthermore, today, we celebrate the successful launch and completion of the Renewable Rivalry competition. I extend my deep congratulations and gratitude to the University of Trinidad and Tobago for their commitment and hard work in advancing this very important endeavor. The second phase of this project was initiated following the ratification of the Paris Agreement and a crucial element in shaping global climate policy in the 21st century. Trinidad and Tobago is committed to limiting the increase in global temperatures to 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. To achieve this goal, the government recognizes the necessity of adopting low-emission development strategies. In establishing the required policy frameworks to comply with the Paris Agreement, we will also focus on ensuring a just transition for workers impacted by the shift in our development strategies. The Celsius Declaration, unanimously adopted at the 24th Conference of the Parties of UNFCCC, highlights the significance of facilitating a just transition for the workforce and fostering the creation of decent quality jobs that align with national development priorities. And as you know, I am particularly interested where this is concerned. The life of workers, as you know, we think about renewable energy as some abstract concept. But in the concept of just transition, it makes us understand that renewable energy, there are possibly or probably more opportunities for work and opportunities for entrepreneurship as we transition or as we gradually shift, I should say, from hydrocarbon to renewable and sustainable energy. The idea of just transition offers a valuable opportunity to generate new employment and promote sustainable development while enhancing the diversity of our energy value chain. The shift towards low-carbon energy systems is a continuous process, with government efforts focused on decarbonizing current energy infrastructures. This includes initiatives aimed at expanding both utility and small-scale solar projects, advancing the production of green hydrogen for downstream application, and the exploring of technical feasibility of utility-scale wind energy. These efforts are closely aligned with the Sustainable Development Objectives and the strategies of climate change mitigation, establishing a robust foundation for achieving just transition. As demonstrated by the REEE and EE project, the role of the community outreach, capacity development, and the practical application with just energy transition must not be understated. It is the educational institutes like the University of Trinidad and Tobago that are the cornerstone for skill development to our service for the evolving energy sector. Today's gathering exhibits the products of passion for renewable energy and energy efficiency among our youth. I'm pleased to note that over 200 persons participated in the Renewable Rivalry project. I would like to extend a hearty congratulations to all participants and to indeed encourage you and to express my deep appreciation once more and to continue to encourage your interest way beyond the scope of this project, because it is the youth that are our situation and future, not future in terms of youth are the future, but it is the youth's input now that's going to shape our future as we go forward. In closing, I would like to express my appreciation for the hard work of the ministry's team, particularly under the leadership of our permanent secretaries, and commend the Renewable Energy Division for their dedication. Our presence today is also a testimony to the virtual and vital contributions of the project's executing agencies, National Energy Corporation, along with the collaborative efforts of the Ministry of Education and the University of Trinidad and Tobago. To all the participants and the prize winners, I want to again extend my heartfelt congratulations. I hope this competition has inspired a commitment to sustainability that will guide you in all your future pursuits, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I would also like to commend all of the stakeholders for your continued strategic collaboration with the education and energy sectors to ensure that we will continue to maximize the potential of our people and in our country. I emphasize, the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries remain committed to providing the support required for sustainability and to ensure that Trinidad and Tobago returns to be the energy hub of the Caribbean. On behalf of the Minister of Energy, Dr. Rodal Munilal, and indeed the government of Trinidad and Tobago, I thank you and congratulations once more. Pleasant morning.
And I want to call on Ms. Anna Singh, Director of Curriculum from the Ministry, to bring some remarks. Yeah.
To this august gathering here today, and in particular, our honorable ministers, Senator Professor the Honorable Prakash Prasad, Minister of Tertiary Education and Skills Training, and the Honorable Mr. Ernesto Queza, Minister in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. Allow me to stand on the protocols already established and to greet you this rainy morning. As I approached, the rain just came pouring down, and I even had to comment and beg for closer park because I would have had to wade through the parking area, and I thought this morning of flash flooding in Texas. And we are blessed. Climate is a mixed blessing, and today's function is really a culmination of a series of projects supported by the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, executed through the National Energy, and coordinated, managed by the University of Trinidad and Tobago. The Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Program consists essentially of a trio of projects, including the installation of renewable energy technologies at schools, so alternate and renewable sources of energy are located right at the school site and brings authentic experiences with sustainable energy sources right within our students' reach. Training was provided to ensure that students' learning are lifted from the pages of school text and curricula to real-life experiences. The approach to training was undergirded by a strategic focus on ensuring that training continues well beyond the immediate and current participants, and the training was supported by resources. And our teachers and principals are pretty happy for that, because when the vote is allocated, the money does not really go very far. So the foresight in including resources as part of the program must be commended. The true test of learning is not just in the acquisition of knowledge, but really in the demonstration of application and problem-solving skills that may be derived. This competition targeting both primary and secondary levels is the evidence that learning has taken place in a meaningful and sustained way. We at the Ministry of Education acknowledges the efficacy of this strategy developed by the UTT outreach in encompassing end-to-end approach in educating our students and the communities they live in. Climate mitigation and resilience is a really critical issue. And as I indicated, when you just look at the videos and you hear the horrors, it's amazing how in a split second, the kind of devastation that can be wrought. I want to recognize in particular Ms. Tricia Giltz, the Ministry of Education liaison on this project. I extend on behalf of our Honorable Minister, Dr. the Honorable Michael Dowlatt, sincere congratulations to the participating schools, the principals, the teachers, students, parents, and community members. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. A little bit about the competition. The competition was national in scope. Trinidad and Tobago participated in the competition, both at the primary and the secondary level. At the primary level, the age range was 8 to 11 years old, and at the secondary level, it was 12 to 15 years old. And in both cases, they were given the challenge. So we gave out the challenge to these schools to respond to. For the primary level, the challenge to the primary school in this competition was to design a mini wind turbine using recycled materials. And the challenge to the secondary schools was to design a solar-powered smart home system. Okay, and all the ancillary services that will go in the smart home system. The criteria that we use for the judging, and I'll say a little bit about that. We judged, and some of our judges are with us here today. The criteria we used was technical excellence, presentation and communication, creativity and innovation, sustainability and eco-friendliness. And of course, each of these broad categories were further subdivided in a matrix format that each judge had to preside over. There were 4 levels of judging, so it's not a one-off thing. So, and no one judge sat on any more than one level, so that you sat at a level and you exit. So by the time you get to the final stage, the transparency aspect, the objectivity would have crept built into the process. UTT Outreach acted as moderator and not as judge in the entire exercise. Just to give some shout outs to our judging team voluntarily, Dr. E.J. John, UTT, Dr. Edward Kamabach, UTT, Dr. Dylan Ramsuk, UTT, Ms. Nicole Mark Worrell, Ministry of Education, Mr. Arden Rodriguez, National Energy, Hannibal Anika, Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, Alicia Rajkumar, Point Lisas Nitrogen, and then at the final level, of course, Prof is with us here, Prof. Donny Budlal, Prof. David Alexander, Marcia Maynard from National Energy, Craig Boodoo from the Ministry, Lisa Otley from the Ministry of Education, and Selwyn Samsunder from Point Lisas Nitrogen. So it was a mixture of academia, the rigidity that goes with that kind of thing, the practicality from industry that crept into it, and of course combined to give us winners that we have today. Moving on with the program, and I want to call on Tobago, and in particular, Assemblyman Sir Sonny Craig, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, to make some remarks.
Let me stand on the already established protocols. I must say good morning to the ministers in the house. Good morning. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
I left Tobago with the knowledge that I had 3 minutes. And when I looked at the protocol list, I thought it might exhaust too much of my 3 minutes. So please allow me. It's a beautiful day in Tobago. When I go places, it's a sunny day because my first name is Sunny. So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm so happy to have traveled with the children who competed from Tobago. They came from far north of the island. They had to be up by 3 o'clock this morning. And so I will not be long. I will try to be on point. Yeah? So I bring you greetings from the Chief Secretary of Tobago, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, and the Executive Council and the entire island of Tobago. I would speak from personal experience. As a 12-year-old, not too long ago, I competed. I'm trying to be serious here. All right, so as a 12-year-old, I competed in what was at the time the National Petroleum Quiz. I remember I still cherish the experience. We were not winners at that time, but we were winners nonetheless. And I want to encourage every single student here today, you must understand that you are all winners. Because the experience of touring an oil refinery at that time, Tobago had nothing, and we still don't have refineries, but as a 12-year-old, it blew my mind to see what the oil sector was about and to be able to understand what was a distillation chamber and so on. No, it's no news now that the modern child doesn't have to do that tour as I did when I was 12. Because when you use the word energy now, it is used, and I think the young people have refashioned it, that when you enter the room, they reference your presence in the context of energy, the energy that you bring to the space. So energy is so much more than oil and gas now. It has to do with attitude also. And so the contest, as the competition as it was brought forward, challenged the young people to really get into where the whole conversation of energy is going. It's more than your presence in the room. I visited my alma mater, my primary school recently, to do a sip and paint with the children, the standard fives who were leaving. And I was blessed to see that the fruit trees we planted when I was 12 years old were bearing fruit, and the children of this generation were climbing the trees and enjoying the fruits. And it made me understand even better why I'm here and why we are here. You see, sometimes children could come across a bit invisible. They could appear somehow insignificant, if I might use that word loosely. But when you understand the potential that they bring as future potential, then we take them much more seriously and understand that they are here to take our place. And as they take our place, we need to give them a place that is a place of respect, a place of high morals, and a place that could guarantee the future of humanity. I was looking at the history of energy, and I realized that even in the movement of ships in the ocean, now there is wave energy. But I also understand that there was a time when humanity's knowledge of the ocean was of such that if you knew the wave patterns and you knew the movement of the tides, you didn't use as much energy to get from place to place. And so we are really returning to something, because wind energy is what moved Christopher Columbus and his crew. Solar energy is what we used to get a warm bath at one point in time. I don't know how many of us know about that type of solar energy. That's the sun, of course. So thank you very much, solar energy. And so we are in a place in the history of humanity where we are like almost crossing over to something that we will never, or crossing away from something we will never go back to. And so the young people here today, I read one of my great writers, let me see if I could quote how she put it. She said, "It is by the youth and children of today the future of society is to be determined." And so when we look around at the children and we look around at the youth, we must feel confident that the future is in good hands. And if we don't feel that sense of confidence, it therefore beckons us to be more instructive, to be more a part of their development and where they go in the future. Today is a great day, and commendations to the UTT. As I heard the previous speakers, I'm understanding better where the kudos are supposed to go, but allow me to stick to my script where I had it in this order. The UTT, the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, the Ministry of Education, and National Energy, and of course, my good old Tobago House of Assembly. It is really a special morning, and I want to congratulate the children, congratulate your parents, congratulate your teachers, and everyone who was a part of assisting you in bringing your presentation to the fore. I am confident that this is not the end of your journey in the energy research field. I am confident that, and I'm hoping that this burns something, ignites in you, so that you continue to pursue developing alternative sources of energy. In the 1980s or around there, when solar energy exploration really began to take off, I imagine that no one thought that wind and wave energy would be so critical to the future of humanity. So I want to challenge the students, I want to challenge all of us to keep an open mind and to keep that focus that as an alternative and new forms of energy come to the table, we would approach it with an open mind. We would be able to do the necessary research and bring what is necessary to alleviate the stresses brought on humanity over time. So congratulations to all the children, as I said earlier, and parents and teachers, and I gave my commendations to the institutions involved. Let this day be a memorable one, and as I said earlier, there are no losers in this competition. We all have won. If I touch one more thing, when I was 12 years old, just recently, I got my third chance to visit Trinidad at that time, and I was blown away to see the sense of industry at that time. And even to this day, when we see where Trinidad has gone as an industrialized community, it's really impressive. Tobago, we have our journeys to travel, and we pray for continued cooperation with the leadership of Trinidad so that we could realize that kind of equity we always call for. It doesn't have to be adversarial. It could definitely be one of partnership, one of a friendly and progressive nature. I thank you, and I pray God's blessings on the proceedings as we enjoy your time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Assemblyman. All protocols observed. We continue today by recognizing the backbone of classroom transformation, the educators who took on the challenge of becoming certified master trainers in renewable energy education. I invite Dr. Solange Kelly, Assistant Vice President, Undergraduate Studies at UTT, to present the awards to the following master trainers. As I call your name, please make your way to the stage to receive your well-deserved award. Candace York. Candace is from St. Joseph's Convent, St. Joseph. Colin Samaru, Presentation College, or he's absent. Jeremy Ramsaran, Curleen Edwards, Curleen is joining us from Lower Morvan Government Primary. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. And now to present the next group, please welcome Dr. Ruby Allen, Vice President, Quality Assurance and Institutional Effectiveness, UTT. Kerwin Bahadur, Naparima College. Kevin Boudou, South Orpooch RC Primary. Kevin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Chris Ramuta, Muruga Secondary School. Liana Williams, Pointe-a-Pierre Government Special School. Thanks so much, Dr. Allen. We now welcome Ms. Rebecca Casabon, Acting Vice President, Sustainable Energy Development at National Energy. Lizanne McIntosh Wright. She's at Rock River RC. Melissa Ramlogan Ramuta, St. Magdalene Government Primary School. Natasha Adams Romano, Queen's Royal College. Thank you, Ms. Caspan. To present our final 4 Master Trainer Awards, we invite Mr. Craig Boudou, Head of Renewable Energy Division, Ministry of Energy and Energy Affairs. Pinky Sunarayan Tulsi, Cascade School for the Deaf. Sharda Mohammed Deuki, Point Kumana Government Primary. Shireen Hussain, Muruga Secondary School. And Zahira Hussain Bahal, Holy Faith Convent, Kufa. Thank you, Mr. Boudou. We wish to acknowledge 2 master trainers who could not join us today. That's Mr. Kern Holder and Marissa Francois Marcel, both of Mason Hall Secondary School. We recognize and congratulate them in their absence. That concludes the presentation of our outstanding educators. Now let me take a moment to reflect on a memorable part of this journey. This special video collage showcases highlights from the Renewable Rivalry competition, after which Dr. Mohammed will lead us again through the rest of the program.
Over the past few months, students across Trinidad and Tobago have impressed us with their creativity and commitment to renewable energy. In this short video, you'll see just a glimpse of the amazing work they've done, from recycled wind turbines to solar-powered innovations.
Remember what rainwater harvesting model I created? It showed how to use solar energy to harvest rainwater for household use. Let's do the same for our water heater. Free energy without pollution is part of the global warming solution. Please, listen to me. Let's use the wind to create energy.
Instead of using electricity to make wind like a fan, wind turbine around a rotor, which spins a generator which should create electricity. Remember, the wind is calling loud and true. The future is here and it starts with you. Let us win with wind energy. Question turbine 2, the podcast. The first turbine 2 years. Turbine 2, the tugboat turbine, although a bit slower than turbine 2, still transfers wind energy. Now we can see how useful wind energy is. Wait, is that a gust of wind in here? This wind spins the propeller, which turns the DC motor, generating the electricity to my LED lights, which powers my fountain and mouse. Stop you! Oh, stop it! Wind turbine, I'm here to say I will for my feet and my brother with a rebate and cold. I would harness energy from the wind using a mechanical power to spin a generator. I would frame my answer in school because he can provide electricity without burning fuel or polluting the air. When my brother electricity would take it from him. Drive your ball, Mr. Taylor. Nothing possibility the wind turbine couldn't us. The last one for my connected to the moon star was spinning the elevator to create electricity. The power of the sun trust.
Okay, so look at this. We are proposing a house using a double functional solar panel.
Yes, I can see. It reduces energy and it can also be used as useful material.
Yes, you finally get it. So check this out. We have all these extra ventilation, so you're doing more AC. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the switches are already working, so they're already connected to the solar panels.
Yeah, I get. The panel is connected to a smart controller, which in turn charges a 12-volt battery. This is where energy is stored to power the model. Inside, we can use solar energy to power general lighting, kitchen appliances such as electric ovens, microwaves, refrigerators. There is also a charger for electric vehicles placed in the garage. Outside the house, we can also incorporate solar energy to power security lighting. Our solar-powered AC transforms sunlight into cooling force, utterly emission-free, with no guilty conscience. This AC is powered by clean solar energy that can keep you cool during heat waves without drawing power from the electrical grid or contributing to climate change. Our product provides sleek solar panels, high-efficiency photovoltaic panels that capture sunlight and convert it directly into power for AC. They also come with energy-saving cooling systems. We believe that by transforming our homes, by utilizing the energy from our greatest natural, limitless resource, the sun, we can make a difference and fulfill our responsibility towards our planet. In our project, we have built a modern-day solar-powered home. We have designed this model in a way that is creative, effective, feasible for application in the real world, and scalable. The system is capable of functioning and adapting under increased workload once all the components are up to date and well maintained. We have combined solar electricity with a smart home system, demonstrating the seamless blend of sustainability and technology.
Our design concept features a solar-powered smart home that seamlessly integrates renewable energy and intelligent technology to create a self-sustaining, eco-friendly living space.
What a wonderful glimpse into the creativity and vision of our young minds. Each project, in its own way, offered something special, reminding us of the possibilities that lie ahead when passion meets purpose. Let's carry forward the inspiration shared here today.
That was a snippet of various aspects of the submissions that we received. Just for members of the audience, the competition was totally digital, it was totally virtual. So it's not just the science, it was the communication, it was the application of digital skills in filming, recording, editing, and stuff like that, and even loading up to the website for our judges to deal with. So it's just the number of educational outcomes is not just the science alone. It was team, it was research, parents got involved, teachers got involved, students got involved to make it a kind of a household activity in putting this together. And again, congratulations to all the schools. During our journey with this project several months ago, we started to move around to communities to fill audiences. It was well promoted. We got help from the Ministry of Community Development through their community development officers in the particular areas to sensitize people on household tips. This is at the household level about renewable energy. That took a lot of doing. That took a lot of work on the team's part. And in the true spirit of community, and in the true spirit of assistance and support, we had two volunteers who journeyed with us throughout the country, helping us to rig up all our equipment and stuff like that, all our promotional material, and of course de-rig the entire thing after the thing was done, and traveled extensively throughout the country. We were in Point Fortin, we were in Toko, we were in Blanchisseuse, we were in Biche. That's the kind of traverse that we would have done. And two outstanding volunteers came out to support that just freely because they were committed to the cause, they were committed to the project and stuff like that. And I just want to recognize those two people to start. Let me get my list here. I want to call on Miss Nalini Ramsaran, one of our volunteers, to come forward. I'll ask Vernon Paltu to assist us. Vernon? I'll ask Anil Ramnarine to come forward. And thank you again for supporting us. As part of the inclusivity of the project, we felt that renewable energy should not be confined to science and science-related activities. We felt that renewable energy should expand its scope and breadth into something a little more household. It should expand itself into poetry, into drama, with the expression of science through poetry, through song, music, and all that kind of creativity to make it more national in scope. We have special prizes for that category of dramatization and theatrical application to science and renewable energy in that particular aspect, so that we could broaden the scope and national awareness of renewable energy. I'd like to call on the team Kian Lamze, I hope I'm saying that right, from the Athian Pre-Secondary School. Are we here? Yeah, coming. To receive the special prize. And they'll receive a medal from this side, and then Vernon will receive. Take it down. Hold it good. Hold it good. Perfect. Still with the special prize for dramatization and theatrical composition with applications to renewable energy expression. We want to call on the Junior Golden Sols. Am I saying that correct? And the team comprises of Ethan, if you're here, come forward. Ethan, Yalis, Ethan Joseph, Azara of El Dorado West Secondary.
One more special prize. This is from MacBean, and it is Debashish Maraj Ramdeo. Debashish. Debashish, I was just testing you. Good job. Yeah. Okay, so whilst every student approached this renewable rivalry with remarkable curiosity, creativity, and courage, it's time to shine the spotlight on those who achieved the highest honors in this friendly competition. I'd just like to reiterate, it was a friendly competition. We begin with our eco-explorers from the primary school level. These young innovators showed us the power of wind. To present the awards to our individual runners-up, please welcome Ms. Lorraine Charles, HR Communications Manager, Point Lisa's Nitrogen Limited. This way, please. Okay. Third place, we have Govind Ratan from the McBean Hindu Primary School. In second place, we have Ananya Chandu, also from McBean Primary School. Our fast-paced Ananya Thank you so much, Ms. Charles. Now, for our primary school group category runners-up, and to present these awards, we invite Assemblyman Sonny Craig. You can relive these 12-year-old experiences. Yes, recent 12-year-old experiences. Third place in this group category is the BV Win Warriors. I'm guessing we can guess what BV is. BV Win Warriors, Lillian Villafana, Jesseline Seals, Tia Marie Villafana, and Braden Villafana of Brasso Venado Government Primary. Such careful walking. Careful. And in second place, the Super Bros, not brothers, but the Super Bros, Casa Kelly and Amari Germain of the Athenian Pre-Secondary School. That's Casa Kelly and Amari Germain of the Athenian Pre-Secondary School. This way. Thanks so much, Assemblyman Craig. Congratulations to the young eco-explorers. Moving on to our green innovators from the secondary school level. These teams tackled the complexities of Solar Horizon. To present the awards for our secondary school group runners-up, please welcome Professor Rian Mirage, Vice President, Research, Academic and Student Affairs at UTT. In third place, the LGHC solar-powered Wonder, Salisha Khan, Vishaya Ganesh, Suraya Hamid, Ambika Hussain, and Amara Sonilal of Lakshmi Girls Hindu College. And in second place, the HFCC, we can guess that one as well, Sustainable Society Divya Ramdan, Sabine Rambaran, Hannah Ramutala, Maria Gordon, and Audra Deupasad. Holy Faith Convent, Couva. Thank you, Professor. Now we come to the individual winners of the Renewable Rivalry. These students, through their singular vision and hard work, truly stood out. It is the distinct honor to invite the Honorable Ernesto Kiza, Minister in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, to present these very special individual awards. For his outstanding individual achievement at the primary school level, demonstrating exceptional understanding and application in Windy Wonders, we recognize Keshav Jagan from McBean Hindu Primary School. Our top individual submission. and for his remarkable individual innovation and excellence in secondary school, showcasing a profound grasp of solar horizons, we celebrate Ishan Sobrati from San Fernando Central Secondary. This is our top submission from the secondary school level, individual submission. Thank you so much, Minister. Okay, these prizes were sponsored by our corporate sponsor, Point Leases Nitrogen Limited. Thank you so much for your generous sponsorship. And extraordinary work, Keshav and Ishan. Dr. Mohammed, back to the podium.
It's getting warmer. We have national champions primary to come. We have national champions secondary to come. But before that happens, I would take this opportunity to invite our esteemed Minister, the Honorable Prakash Prasad, to bring greetings on behalf of the Ministry. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and your able assistant, Ms. Dayan Prasad Gosain, my distinguished and well-dressed colleague. Sometimes I think we have to add something, the Honorable Minister, the Honorable Fashionable Minister, Ernesto Keza, Professor Maraj from UTT, Acting Vice President, doing a wonderful job. My good friend, also I don't know if it's on both sides, but from my side, Dr. Pertu, President of NDC, Madam Vice President of Nitrogen, my distinguished colleagues from UTT, Assemblyman from Tobago. If you are 12 years, a few years ago, I guess I am 12 years yesterday. Students, teachers, trainers, judges, major distinguished audience, good morning, buenos dias. Forgive me, P.S. Tulsi, for the Ministry of Energy. As we get older, we have gaps in the memory. So, I want to say firstly that my heart overflows. This has been a wonderful thing, what I've seen here today. I don't know what else I can add. It's like sitting to a wonderful, many course dinner. And if I can use a vegetarian, analogy, everybody knows what curry is. So you see, I instead of saying many cooks spoil it, I say many cooks spoil it curry. But anyway, so it's wonderful being here and the participation from all the students from all over the country. I'm sure my distinguished colleague would agree with me that the Prime Minister will be exceedingly happy to have seen this and heard this. And I would suggest you send a report to her of what has been done. Not from us, but from you, the UTT. And you're doing what you're supposed to do, what we want people to do. Because being a former Minister of Education, she has a deep interest in the children. And I think this is going to grow really well. I have a written speech thanks to my staff of the Ministry of Tertiary Education, but forgive me if I just make a few comments. It has been a wonderful morning. Ms. Singh, I remember in 1981, we did an IADB-funded solar energy training program. And a few weeks ago, in 1976 when I started my PhD in solar energy. And I say that for the point to link it to the students being involved and engaged now. Technology takes a long time to become, reality. First it starts, and then there's big, huge media hype. It's going to change everything. In my days, solar energy was going to provide power for everything. It's still in transition. So this is something we need to understand, and we have to start the term from small to go forward. So this is something I want to refer to my distinguished colleague from Tobago, Assemblyman Craig. Wave energy, I want to research on wave energy also. Big fund, grant from BPTT. And I'm saying that wave energy is being applied up north. In the Caribbean, wave energy is a medium source of power. Wave energy is concentrated wind energy. Takes a lot more development to get done. And therefore, this is not a criticism, Dr. Pertu, but I think we have to be aware that since technology takes 30, 40 years to be developed and be applied, we shouldn't neglect wave energy as yet. It's something that will protect the shorelines in the Caribbean where we do, beaches are important for tourism. So it provides power and also, protects the coastline. So this is something I think that we need to think about. Gradually, maybe at the primary level, secondary level, to get them involved in that. I want to just point out, also, and again, I want to praise my wonderful, handsome colleague, Dr. Zamir Mohammed, that he and his team, they're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. And when, I don't think, enough praise will be adequate for what you're doing. I really appreciate it, So, having said that, I want to also indicate that whenever I come back to UTT, I feel the sense of nostalgia. Why did I leave? But anyway, you're doing a great job. Just some quick comments. I saw the creativity of the young students here. UTT is an entrepreneurial university. I commend you for them using, local materials, but I think an opportunity exists for UTT and a private partner, whomsoever, to get involved in the development of scientific equipment for schools. That's a huge thing. It's not difficult. You don't need to buy from all these people abroad. What you have done here, if you can sell it, I tell you, we'll do well through the sort of worldwide, maybe not in developed countries, but in developing countries. This is something we should look at really and go forward there. The other thing is, I wanted to point out that this solar energy here we are doing is energy research to point out and to bring to the fore again that UTT is at the forefront of setting the baseline emissions database for carbon emissions in this country. And the researchers are here, right? Dr. Budlal is here, Professor Maraj is here. I think we should give them a round of applause. So this is what UTT is about. But not only that, I don't think Professor Alexander is here, but the carbon capture and sequestration is being done. So all in all, first I'll make a complaint. UTT is doing this great work, really, really. And somehow it never gets the sort of appreciation and highlight that it ought to get. Now, I'm a graduate of both UV, a double graduate of UV, and I taught at UV and I taught at UTT also. So this is nothing, no indictment against UV, but I do believe, and maybe I am biased, I have more loyalty to UTT, but I think it needs to be highlighted as something that is a two-way street. The media should so do, and I think UTT should also so do to bring it forward, that is recognized. Lastly, climate change is a big topic now. We need to recognize this. And I recall in 1981, when I started teaching at UWI in 1980, we had a big IDB-funded training project for the Caribbean in solar energy for the entire week. And the last day, we were supposed to have a demonstration of this project. And rain fell for the entire day, this thing. And there was flood at UWI. And we couldn't do anything to demonstrate it physically. But the trainers whom we trained went to the Caribbean and really built stuff, like in Barbados, to start the solar water heaters, etc. But something we have to recognize to bring in the climate change, that the schools are getting hotter because of the heat, the rise in temperature. Maybe, and I pointed out this to Dr. Mohammed and Dr. Paltu before we came here, as part of this project, as you go on, maybe the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 10th year, whichever year, that you should start monitoring the solar roofs, collect the energy, but also use for cooling for the schools. I don't know how children actually learn in schools now. It's extremely hot, extremely hot. And this is something I think, I see a young student there. So this is, I just wanted to give some, thoughts that, we need to look at some of these things. So again, I want to congratulate UTT, the Ministry of Energy, all the partners, the judges, the teachers, and in particular the students who took part in this. Congratulations to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. I really wanted you to stay with us here because we're at the moment where we've all been waiting for. So I'd like to call you back to the stage, please. The champions of the renewable energy competition. Champions. These teams not only met the challenge, but they exceeded the expectations, demonstrated unparalleled creativity, technical excellence, and a deep understanding of renewable energy. The champion eco explorers are, drumroll, Mercy Mitchell, Felicity Hoston, Zendaya Taylor, and Faith John of Palatuva Anglican Primary School. Thanks so much, Ms. Principal, for bringing them along. Those are our champions, our primary school champions. So, drum roll. Yes. And now for the secondary schools champions, the green innovators who illuminated the path forward with their solar horizon vision. This team shone the brightest, our secondary school champions, for their truly visionary solar horizon system. These students are, from the Rays of Hope, Shivani Devanarayan, Amelia Gurdeen, Priya Rambali, Adara Muhammad, and Priya Parik from the Lakshmi Girls Hindu College. Minister. Okay, at the end of the ceremony, we'd like for Dr. Paltu to join us for some photo moments. Yeah? That's it. Thank you. Okay.
No.
An impromptu pass.
Yeah, just before Minister takes his seat, we just want to, appreciate the time that you would have taken to come and to share your thoughts with us. We have a small token here for you from UTT. That's it, thank you. In keeping with the tokens, we'll ask Minister to come forward to receive a small token. Assemblyman? Yeah. Thank you again. Thank you.
This is really what an extraordinary celebration of innovation and sustainability we've shared today. On behalf of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, I extend our deepest gratitude to everyone who contributed to the event. We are honored by the presence and active participation of the Honorable Professor Prakash Prasad, the Honorable Ernesto Kiza, Assemblyman Sonny Craig. You brought the son with you. Ms. Karinsa Tulsi, Ms. Anna Singh, Mr. Craig Boudou, Mr. Vernon Paltu, Dr. Vernon Paltu, Ms. Aribecca Casabon, Ms. Lorraine Charles, Professor Rian Maraj, Dr. Ruby Allen, and Dr. Solange Kelly. To our sponsors, a special thank you, Point Lisa's Nitrogen, for sponsoring all runners-up and individual trophies. Well appreciated. And National Energy for championing the overall winners with trophies and all medals. To our educators, to the master trainers, your dedication to renewable energy education is transformative. And to the stars of today, our students, you've proven that future energy is not just sustainable but unstoppable. As Assemblyman said, there's a lot of potential energy in here. Behind the scenes heroes, judges, principals, teachers, your guidance turned ideas into award-winning projects. Mr. Arden Rodriguez, Assistant Manager of Projects Technical Services at National Energy, and Tricia Geigs, our Curriculum Coordinator at Ministry of Education. She's certainly been an asset to us. The UTT Outreach Team, Dr. Zamir Mohammed, Ms. Shireen Ramsaran, myself, Ms. Sulafa Sarah Mohammed, Mr. Jabal Joseph, and Rahan Antwine, and to the subject matter experts, Monica Bhutan and Dr. Tagore Ramlal. As we conclude here, let's continue by championing innovation and sustainability. Award recipients are asked to make their way to the front for photos. We just like to have a couple of photo opportunities, after which light refreshments are available. Please collect them on your way out. Thank you and safe travels.